The Last Battle is a fine episode and a fitting callback to the Clone Wars TV show. People like to say that the action in Rebels has been softened for its new Disney audience, and that's probably true, but we often forget that the Clone Wars could be as brutal as it was because the bad guys were droids. And once we're shooting at droids, even Rebels immediately comes back to the more meaty, hard-hitting action of the Clone Wars. And it's in these scenes that you can really see how far the animation has come for this show. The explosions and physicality of the destruction certainly surpasses the Clone Wars in many respects. I found this episode to have some great editing and good pacing, and I enjoyed it overall, even if it's always a tiny bit hard to stomach the battle droids.
Hey.
Remember when they sounded more like soulless killing machines?
Captain, take them to Camp 4.
Though it's actually pretty grim to have these goofy, bumbling droids killing people. It's kind of a strange and uncomfortable juxtaposition.
Deactivate the bridge. Oh well, too bad for them.
Run for it!
Something noteworthy about this episode is seeing the effectiveness of clone armor. Rex sustains a direct hit to his chest, for the second time mind you, and takes a shot to the face as well. And, well, he's obviously still alive. And I'm sure there's something to be said for clone armor compared to, say, Stormtrooper armor, but we don't see too many Stormtroopers killed instantly in Rebels. Many times they're still squirming around on the ground after being shot. Maybe Rebels is our first time seeing effective Stormtrooper armor as well. But I'm getting off track. This episode does something that I've noticed Rebels doing on occasion before, where they mix in important story details into otherwise filler episodes. For instance, the Rebel base on Atollon was discovered in a chopper-heavy filler episode, and here we get the Phantom's replacement, which is sure to feature in future episodes. Now, people often use filler episode as a pejorative term, and it does seem that a major justification for this episode was just to get die-hard Clone Wars fans to finally get around to watching this show. But I don't mind so much as long as the episode is good, and I did enjoy this episode. We got to see some cool details that kind of go unmentioned in the Clone Wars show, like the sword and shield maneuver, which I thought was great. The Jedi make very effective mobile cover, and it makes a lot of sense that this would be an actual battle tactic in the Star Wars universe. We also got some good insights into Rex's character, which makes him feel much more part of the cast rather than just a tacked on throwback to the Clone Wars. He's starting to interact with the characters in a much more authentic way, and that's more that I could ask for in a filler episode. What are your thoughts on this episode, or on Rebels Season 3 in general? Is it everything you had hoped for, or are you finding it a little disappointing? Let me know. If you like these sorts of videos, I'm planning on doing one for every episode of Season 3, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of them. And I'd like to thank my awesome patrons on Patreon for believing in this channel, supporting me, and helping me devote the time and energy it takes to make these videos. Your names are in the description of every video. Thank you. And of course, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.